To start the show, we would like to welcome Ukraine artist and performer Siuzanna Iglidan. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It is a major pleasure to have you here. Super honored, especially with everything that's going on. Like, how would you say that's affecting you, if we're okay to ask?
You mean the war and the conflict in Ukraine? Yeah, it's very sad that my homeland, Ukraine, is going through a hardship right now. I'm trying to support as much as I can all the friends and people I know back home. Trying to encourage them with my talent and my music, so I'm trying to compose and posting more music videos that people can get some healing from music.
Yeah, that sounds, honestly, I do apologize about everything that is going on. It's not something that is easy for anyone to really accept right now. But, you know, I'm glad that you are doing such a positive upbringing for your situation in Ukraine, you know. I do know that you guys did a tribute concert, and that was honestly amazing. I'm going to get more into that later, but, you know, I do think what you're doing is great.
Thank you.
Of course. From my understanding, you play the instrument called the bandura.
Yes.
Why did you choose to play that?
So I got involved in music when I was age of 4. It was not my decision, believe me. My mom decided it would be nice for me to learn music. Nobody knew in my family because I don't have like musicians in my family. Most of them, my father was in military, my mom was in sales, my grandma was an elementary school teacher, so kind of teachers, military, and then one artist became in family, that's me. So I started playing piano. At the age of 10, I started composing music. Cannot say I was super like talented kid, with a big potential. At the age of 12, I saw bandura. Some Ukrainian girls in the west part of Ukraine were playing like ensemble. and I had a chance to come and count the strings. It was very hard to count because it's like 72, 75 different instrument, different amount of the strings. And I was very interested about the sound of the bandura. It was like very charming sound. So I fell in love with the sound, and later I was lucky to find a teacher who started teaching me voice and also bandura. So I got very into bandura, and I was accepted as a student in music college and later in music academy. So I dedicate my life to bandura.
Oh wow. Speaking of the bandura, like what is the history and significance of it?
So if you will be wondering which country you can see bandura players playing, so it's very unique, and it's symbolizing only Ukraine. As a symbol of Ukraine, it's a traditional Ukrainian multi-string instrument. In 16th century, they found a small prototype of bandura, was named kobza, and mostly older men, blind men would play 12 strings only, and they would play only ballad songs, historical songs, and some Psalms of David, sacred songs. Later in 18th century, they started modify kobza and adding more strings. In 19th century, finally we got bandura.
Okay.
That has 7 keys that change the keys.
Okay.
Gives me more sharps and flats opportunity to play. Also, it has a chromatical scale. I have a special nails that I put under my nails that gives this bright sound. And so bandura became kind of a complicated instrument.
Wow, sounds like it, honestly. Wow. What genres fall with the bandura?
So of course, traditional genre will be folklore, sacred music, historical songs on Ukrainian language, of course. Later, when I was a student, 2005, I graduated 2010. Bandura players start competing with the pianist. So we started getting a lot of arrangements of classical music, some Baroque music, and later bandura players, we are not only instrumentalists. If we have a talent to sing, you will be singing and playing. So I play a lot of Baroque music. I would sing arias and play on bandura. I started composing some pop music on bandura. Some of my friends became very famous as a jazz bandura players. Some of them are playing rock. So we're trying to popularize bandura and no longer competing with other genres, as we can do everything.
Okay. Wow. That is honestly very interesting to hear, like just hearing the history and then like how many genres, especially like since it was specifically under one genre for a very long time.
Yeah.
That's honestly very fascinating to hear about that. I was gonna ask you also, I saw that you were an opera singer. How did that come into play?
So that was interesting. At age of 19, when I was student in music academy, I never sang. I had some issues. It was kind of hard for me. I had a feeling like I have a blockage in my chest, so I cannot sing. And a friend of mine said, listen, maybe you get audition with one teacher and see maybe he can give you some advice, some tips, so you can at least play and simple sing some folklore. I said, okay, just a folklore song as a student, but I was not passionate about classical opera genre at that time. So that teacher, I met him and he said, listen, you have a powerful, huge voice. You need just to develop. If I can offer you some classes for free,
Oh, wow.
you just have to come every day to an opera house, which was like 20 minutes away from music academy.
Okay.
So I was trying to find every day some time to come and practice and see if I can discover, my voice. And of course, since I was going to study in opera house, I got some, free tickets to see operas. And later I started feeling like I can compete with some singers and I can do a better job. So this motivation grew and grew more in me. And I became an opera singer.
Oh, wow. Honestly, I heard your opera singing. It was very, very beautiful. Very talented, I would say.
Yeah, so motivation and encouragement. And he was a wonderful teacher. He told me that I have a talent, I have voice, I just have to keep moving.
Wow.
Working hard can do miracles. So I got
Okay.
miracles happen with the hard work, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm knowing that all that hard work got you to be a Grammy performing artist. How does that feel?
Yes, I can be proudly saying that I'm a Grammy performing artist. Did it change something in me? No, I was a good musician before, and I'm trying to be a better musician now, because I have this tag on me that doesn't allow me to relax or just use this name, to benefit myself. So I have to work more hard. No.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, working harder though does get you very far in life. So I mean, I don't see any fault on working hard, and that's just something that a lot of people don't have. So congratulations for that, honestly.
Thank you.
So we also did see that you did that Ukraine tribute performance, and you got to work with John Legend. Honestly, how was that whole situation?
So when the conflict started in Ukraine, it's February 2022, and it's happened everywhere in the world. The Omicron, after COVID, we had another variation of Omicron, and the Grammy was postponed to April. Usually it's held in Los Angeles, I think January, and that year they did it in April in Las Vegas, MGM Grand Arena. Since everything was happening back in Ukraine and Russia, John Legend wrote a beautiful song called Free. And it happened that producers of the Grammys, they offer to invite some Ukrainian musicians to join his performance. So one of the producers called me and say, "Hey, are you in Los Angeles or where are you?" I say, "No, I am in Denver right now." Say, "Okay, cool. So in a couple of days you can fly to Las Vegas. Do you?" I say, "Yeah, for what?" I say, "Oh, well, we want to send you a song that John Legend wrote, but it's a big secret for now. You have a couple hours to compose your part on bandura and send us so we can listen and make a decision how we feel about this." So I got the recording, I listened, I composed a few variations of my part, and I sent them. In a few hours I heard back that they were, wow, they really liked the sound of bandura, and they were very excited to have me joining the Grammys, tribute for Ukraine. So there was a wonderful experience. I could meet all the American pop, celebrities, hang out with them. And actually I can say John Legend himself, he's just a wonderful guy. He's a great musician. He's just a humble person. And it was a wonderful experience to work with all team.
Wow, honestly, that is a dream for a lot of people. It's crazy to think that, you starting so early with that bandura, did you ever think, this is going to take me somewhere so far?
It's interesting. At age of, I think it was 14 or 15, I went to west part of Ukraine to compete among the other bandura players. And I am from the south part of Ukraine, Odessa, which is on the Black Sea. And Odessa been known historically like very diverse city. People who would speak Russian, English, not really Ukrainian, diverse ethnic groups, and a lot of tourists coming every summer. You can see different tourists from different countries. So I came to compete, and people met me very cold, I would say. They say, "What? Who is playing in Odessa on bandura?" Bandura been never known in south part of Ukraine as an instrument that kids would learn, And I look at them, I was kind of, very strong, independent kid that time. I look at them, I look at my mom, and we were kind of like shocked. Nobody said, "Welcome." Like, who are you? Who are you? We didn't expect you to come here. And I look at them and say, "You know what? One day you will know that Odessa known for bandura players who will be known in the whole world as the best bandura players." And I told them, I don't know that I will be on the Grammys introducing the whole world to the bandura,
Right.
But I think maybe I had that faith deep in me, that playing, trying to chase my dream. I never want to be like a very super famous superstar, you know. My goal was to be good what I do, that people enjoy, and if I can heal someone's heart with my music, with the gift that God gave me, that's my dream come true.
Wow, that's honestly really beautiful to hear that. So we also did some research, and we did discover that you are actually Miss Ukraine. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So, a couple of years after I moved to United States and I lived in Los Angeles, I performed with many companies there. It was before COVID. we separate life before COVID and after COVID. I was invited by Miss Asia USA big pageant to sing American national anthem, and I end up representing Ukraine as Miss Ukraine, competing as a Miss Europe Global. It was a great experience. I learned how to catwalk, model, which opened a lot of doors in the fashion industry back in Los Angeles. I didn't win, but it was honor for me, to represent some Ukrainian designers. It was 2016. A few months ago, my husband said, listen, there's a Mrs. USA pageant. What do you feel like if we apply for you to represent again Ukraine as Mrs. Ukraine? I said, okay, if they will accept my application, let's try. So after interviews and everything, I was accepted. So this August 3rd, I will be competing for Mrs. Worldwide, representing, of course, Ukraine as my home country.
Wow, that's gonna, honestly, I bet you that's gonna be super fun. Yeah. And I see that, you got your tiara, got your ribbon. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. 2 more months. 2 more months.
2 more months. All right. Well, thank you again for coming on here. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Is there anything you would like to tell the viewers while we have this last chance?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching this interview, and I'm excited to be here and sharing a little bit of my life experience and about my dreams come true and working hard as an important key to this success. I want to just say, it doesn't matter if you're a musician or maybe you're just a soccer player, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a lawyer, maybe you're just an entrepreneur, but you have a dream in your life. If you have a dream, I just want to say that never stop dreaming, because dreams is important in our life. They can change your life. Work hard, keep moving, keep believing in yourself, keep your standards high, and I believe that one day you will be sitting in some studios, interview, podcast, and saying, my dream changed my life.
Wow, that is honestly just so beautiful to hear that. Thank you so much for coming on again. It's seriously been an honor, like honestly. And thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the views, and we will see you next Sunday. Cheers.